Hey everybody, Captain Beanard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we're going to have a battle against Mike. This is actually a fan from YouTube who requested a battle, so I was able to oblige. So here we go. We agreed to a little bit of a lower tier game, and as you can see, I do have one new Pokemon here in continuing these random singles games. That is going to be the Flygon there, which actually I have used in the past, but has been quite some time. Haven't used it in Sword and Shield yet. The rest of the team just Pokemon that I've used here on Sword and Shield. Looking at his team, it does look to be pretty strong. Looks like a little bit of Ice Tech on there. So what do I want to lead with is the question, and I think we are going to go with the Incineroar, actually. And we are going to see how that works out. So there he is, and he's going to lead with the Barraskewda. So that's definitely not what I wanted to see. Was kind of hoping for the Ninetales, but we can work with it. So going to get the Intimidate to lower this thing's attack, which is not bad. And so I am just actually going to fake out here. I am packing it, so we're just going to get some chip in the flinch and see how much that does. So there's a fake out, and gonna do about a quarter actually, and we get the flinch of course, so that's not bad. But we're definitely not gonna want to stay in on this match here. I think we're just going to go straight into the Blastoise, predicting the water move. It's really the only thing we have to take a water move. So, gonna do that. So there it is, the Leonardo, and he is gonna Liquidation, so we'll see how much it does, and not too much actually, which is good. So I think this might be, well, it could be the opportunity that we need. So I think we're just going to go ahead and go for the Shell Smash. It is pretty early to try and set up like this, but we're in, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. And we'll see what he wants to do. He does have a couple Pokemon that are going to be able to resist any kind of sweep attempt here, but we could still be in position to do some big damage with the Blastoise. So he's definitely taking his time thinking about this one. And he's going to stay in and flip turn, so he's going to get that extra chip, which isn't going to do a ton. And then, of course, the mandatory switch. So we'll see what he wants to bring in response. He does have quite a few good switch options, but we'll see what he wants to do. And he's definitely thinking about that one. It's going to be the Alolan Ninetales, so that's fine. He's going to go ahead and get the Snow Warning to make it Hail. So we're going to go ahead and Shell Smash, so that is going to cut our defenses in exchange for a Sharp Attack, Special Attack, and Speed Boost, of course. And then we do have the White Herb to put our defenses back to normal, which is good. Now, we are going to take the hail damage, and I think we could risk the Hydro Pump here, but I think we should rather just Aura Sphere, because I think the Aura Sphere, if he's not sashed at +2, would be enough to take him out. So we're just going to do that. Don't want to risk the miss. So I'm going to hit him with the Aura Sphere, and no, actually, that's only going to take him down by about less than half. So this thing has got to be very specially defensively invested, and he goes for the Hypnosis and actually hits it on top of that, so that kind of sucks. So that's going to put us to sleep, and then we take the hail damage. Yes, that definitely didn't go as planned. So we're going to switch it up to Hydro Pump here. Hopefully we can get an early wake, although I wouldn't bank on it, but I guess the best course of action here is just to stay in and try and wake up, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll see what he wants to do in response. He is definitely thinking about it. And he is going to go for the switch, okay. So, and he's going to come in with the Arctozolt, so that's not great. And then I'm still asleep, which is also not great. So yeah, not great at all. So going to take the hail damage. We're sitting at about half. We really just have to stay in here, and we're going to change it back to Aura Sphere and hope we can wake up this turn. And see where it goes from here. This thing is Slush Rush, so it may even outspeed us at +2. We'll find out. So, once again, he is definitely taking his time thinking about this one. And yeah. And no, he is going to outspeed us, so that sucks. He's going to hit us with a Freeze Dry, and is it going to be enough? And from that range, yeah, it is going to be enough to go ahead and take us out, so that sucks. So that's going to drop us down to 5. So yeah, definitely not great. So what do we want to do here? We could... I think we want to try and burn turns, actually, with the Hail out, since this thing is going to be Slush Rush. So we're going to come in with the Incineroar once again, get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack, which might be a special set since it was packing Freeze Dry. So we're just going to go ahead and Fake Out. No reason not to. Just want to burn that turn. So we'll see what he wants to do. He might anticipate, since he has seen the Fake Out before, but if he does, that will at least get rid of this thing temporarily, which wouldn't be terrible, since we do want the Hail to go away, so this thing won't be outspeeding everything. So, nope, yep, he's going to go for that switch, so he doesn't want to get faked out, so he's going to come in with the Galarian Wheezing, and then we're going to hit the Fake Out on this thing, so not going to do too much, and we are going to take a Rocky Helmet damage, so that is annoying. And then we're both going to take Hail damage, and then we're going to gain that HP back there from the leftovers. So this thing definitely looks to be maximally defensively invested. So, once again, in a little bit of a spot here. We could stay in, but we probably don't want to. So I think the best course of action is just going to go ahead and go into the Cresselia. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to hard switch into the Cresselia. And we'll see what he wants to do here. And so there's our switch. We did outspeed him. So there is the Cresselia. And he's going to go for a Strange Steam. So we are max HP, so that is not going to do that much. And he's going to get the Confusion, though, so that's really unlucky for us. We're going to take the Hail damage as well, so is he. And then we're going to gain some HP back from the leftovers, at least, which is something. So that Confusion is actually really bad, because that's going to play into our decision-making process here as to what we want to do. Because I would try to set up here, but the Confusion is going to make that a problem. So we could just do it anyway. He's probably not going to want to stay in, given that damage output. What he is exactly going to go into, I don't know. But yeah, I think we're going to stay in. How many more turns of Hail do we have here? Let's find out. So we have 2 more turns of Hail. We are confused. I think we just have to stay in and substitute, I think. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And yeah, sure enough, he's not going to stay in on this matchup, so he's going to switch, and he's going to come in with the Volcanion. So there's the Confusion, and we don't hit ourselves in Confusion, so that's good. So we're going to get the substitute off, which is good. So we're going to take the Hail damage still. And then he's also going to take some Hail damage, and we're going to regain some HP with the leftovers. And I think we Calm Mind here. I think that's the best thing we can do. So I think we're going to go for that Calm Mind right now. And hopefully we can get lucky with this Confusion here, because if we don't, it's definitely going to be no good for us. So we'll see what he wants to do. So we do outspeed, that's nice. We're still confused, and we hit ourselves in our confusion, of course, so that sucks. That's going to let him go for a Steam Eruption, and it will most likely break the sub. And indeed it does, so that is definitely not good. So that confusion definitely hurting us big there. And we are going to, that's it for the hail, which is good. And then we're going to get some HP back here with the leftovers, which is at least good. So unfortunately, we don't really have anything to switch into a Steam Eruption, which kind of sucks. So we kind of have to stay in. That confusion is really getting hit there. Not getting that special defense boost off the Calm Mind is really going to hurt us right now. Yeah, not 100% sure what we want to handle this, but I think the best thing we could do is probably just chip this thing at this point. So we're just going to Psychic, click Psychic. We're confused again. Do we get a second one? And yeah, we get hit ourselves in our confusion for a second time, so that sucks. He's going to Steam Eruption again. And that's going to knock us all the way down to about a quarter HP. So yeah, luck definitely not on our side in this one thus far. And yeah, gain some HP back with the leftovers. I don't even really think we can take another Steam Eruption, so I guess at this point we just have to keep clicking Psychic. And there we're gonna snap out of confusion at least. So we're gonna hit a Psychic on this thing, and it is not gonna do much. Unfortunately, he's just gonna Steam Eruption again. Unfortunately, he's not unlucky enough to miss one. That would be nice, but we do survive that one with 5 HP, which is something, I guess. Then we get the HP with leftovers back, so we can at least hit one more chip attack on this thing, hopefully with another Psychic. So we're just going to do that. That's really all we can do at this point. So we're going to chip this thing down a little more, and then he is going to Steam Eruption again, not missing, unfortunately, which will get rid of the Cresselia, and that will knock us to 4. So yeah, that is definitely a pretty unfortunate turn of events. Going to be kind of difficult to bounce back, but we are going to give it a shot, and we're going to come in with the Galvantula to try and do it. So I think Volt Switch is a pretty safe play here, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to, well, yeah, the Volt Switch would probably be enough to kill this thing, I would hope, but, well, we could Thunder, but then we could miss. So yeah, I think we're just going to Volt Switch. We don't want to make any big risks at this point because we're already behind. Already had some bad luck, so yeah, he's going to stay in and take the Volt Switch, so that's interesting, and it is not enough, unfortunately. This thing must be max bulk, so the Volt Switch not enough to kill, so that sucks. I think we're going to, we have two different ways we could go. We could come in with the Incineroar and hope he's not going for a water move, or we could, yeah, I think that might be our best bet, or we could come in with the yeah, wasn't it Flygon? Yeah, I think we just have to do yeah, I think we have to do Incineroar and hope that he's not going for the water move. Hope he's going for the fire move. So we'll do Incineroar, and we are going to get the Intimidate, which is not going to matter since this thing is purely special. And he's going to Flamethrower, so that's good. So we made the right call there. And that is going to still do quite a bit of damage, actually. Critical hit, so there you go. A little more bad luck in our favor. So yeah, we're going to regain some HP with the leftovers. And so I think we just have to fake out here and hope that it's enough to take him out, so that's what we're going to do. He could switch, but we really don't have a choice. We just kind of have to play it safe at this point. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we'll see what he wants to do. He could switch back to the Weezing. That would be unfortunate, but yeah, and that's probably what he's going to do. So yep, there it is. So we're kind of in a not great position. We're going to fake this thing out. We're going to take Rocky Helmet damage from doing so. We're going to get some HP back with the leftovers. I think, honestly, at this point, the best thing we could do is Flare Blitz this thing. So I think that's just what we're going to do. We're just going to Flare Blitz this thing. We, I believe, do outspeed it. We saw that before, I think, with the hail damage. So, no, he's going to double switch us. Okay, so that's interesting. So he's going to, okay, so he's going to double switch to Ninetales. to reset the hail, which is actually bad, but not in a way for us, because we are going to flare blitz this thing, which I presume will take it out from that range, and indeed it will. So that's something at least. So we're going to take out the Ninetales, and that is going to drop him to 5. Take the recoil damage and the hail damage, and then regain some HP with the leftovers. The only bad thing about this is he is going to get that automatic switch and probably going to come back in with the Arc Dissolve, so that's not great. So, yeah, that is probably going to be happening, unfortunately. But we'll find out. Okay, no, so not sure what happened there. I guess he quit. Don't really know what happened there, huh? Well, he disconnected, so okay. All right, so I guess that was unexpected. So yeah, he quit. Either that or had some sort of issue. I don't know what. But I guess if you want to be technical, I suppose that would be a victory for us via forfeit. Although I believe the score was 5-4. He was up at the time that happened. So yeah, I guess that's what it is. It is a 5-4 victory for us. So yeah, yeah, that's weird. So might have to talk to him to see what's going on with that. But that was a very competitive game nonetheless. So yeah, thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.